Hello, welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here. So I just wanted to say that first I have just one layer of clear because I'm going to be working with a color that's kind of a smaller, like a 1/4 ounce. So this is a company that is new to me. It's GGNails. I'll link the information below, but this particular color is called Fleur-des-Morts, which I assume loosely translates to flowers of death, and it comes with those flower pieces as well, so that comes with this particular dip powder. And a little bit of the backstory on this is I do belong to a bunch of Facebook nail groups or community pages for different acrylic or dip powder companies, small businesses and such. And one of my favorite companies to buy from as far as small businesses are concerned had a post that they, as well as a bunch of other companies, were going to be featuring a discount for about 5 to 6 companies on different days throughout a whole week. So it kind of gave me the opportunity to try out some new, or like I said, new to me companies that I have not tried before, and this is one of them. So I got about 6 or so colors, about a 1/4 ounce jar each, but they were doing discounts as well, so I was able to get them at a really good price. So this particular color is really pretty. It's kind of a grayish color, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying some of the flower pieces. I'm actually I did dump them all out into this one tray, but I'm going to actually separate out some of the bigger pieces into another one of my little triangle trays, just so I can kind of pick, what it is that I want to apply to my nail. And I'm only going to apply the flowers to my index, middle, and ring fingers, and I'll leave my pinky and thumb as is. But I'm going to use my dip powder base coat. So I'm using my Virgo Gem to kind of apply some of the flowers to stick, almost like doing a milk bath type of mani, except I'm not going to be putting any of the powder over the flowers at all. So I kind of wanted the flowers to stand out on their own, whereas if you saw my fall milk bath, I kind of applied some of the powder over the flower pieces, so the flowers kind of, in essence, look like they're submerged in milk. So I didn't quite want to have that type of look, but one really cool thing about this particular powder, if you saw or noticed in the thumbnail, the actual acrylic powder is a thermal or mood changer, so it changes for hot and cold temperature. So typically it's this gray color when it is warm, and then it turns kind of all black. So the really cool thing is those black flower pieces, when the acrylic turns black, you kind of can't see them, so it gives you kind of that hidden like nail art kind of look as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. So when I saw this one on her website, it was kind of a must-have. So I do love my thermal changers. I don't use them often, like the thermal changers, the UV changers, the glow-in-the-darks and stuff like that. I don't use them often, but I do really love them because you can kind of get it's almost like a 2-for-1 kind of look. You get that kind of ombre look without having to put any effort into it. The only thing I do kind of was kind of hoping was that the acrylic powder would be a little bit more sensitive to temperature changes. These nails are quite long, and I do have other powders that are a little bit more sensitive where the tips of my nails, because they are longer, will stay like that cold color. So in this case, it would be black when they're cold, but they're not quite, it's not quite as sensitive to temperature as some of the other thermal powders that I have. And I'm not disappointed with that, but you know, it's a really cool kind of look when you have the thermal powder on. So it, you know, it would have been nice if it was a little bit more sensitive to the temperature change, because the tip of your nail is typically always going to be colder, but they didn't really change unless I submerged them into cold water, or was holding something cold, something, you know, something like that. So that was the only you know, note that I have as far as the powder is concerned, but the color change is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the rest of the flower application, and you know, I'm just trying to get them to stay flat kind of on my nail as much as possible, and then I'm going to go ahead and cap in clear and then activate. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and cap everything in clear. And I did also just want to mention, as far as the powder from GGNails, the powder went on perfectly smooth. I didn't have to do a whole lot of filing as far as the acrylic powder is concerned. I didn't have a lot of bumps or anything. I do also try to make sure that I'm applying a thin enough layer of the base coat so that it doesn't kind of move or get clumpy at all, or bumpy, or, you know, anything like that. So, you know, that's part of it as well. But no complaints as far as the powder is concerned. The powder is a nice, you know, soft consistency. And she does have a lot of nice, unique glitters as well, because I did pick up a couple that I could use for some other holidays and stuff like that. So she has a lot of unique powders, so definitely check out her website, and like I said, that'll be linked in the description box below. So I finished capping. I'm going to go ahead and activate, use my activator on all of my nails here. Well, actually, before I do the activator, I have been kind of incorporating this step into my dip powder application as far as kind of cleaning around my cuticles with my glass cuticle pusher, that pointy end, and it really does, I find, make a difference as far as the kind of nice crisp cuticle line that everybody wants. That water marbling tool that I usually do when I'm actually applying the dip powder does help quite a lot as well, but just to kind of clean anything up and anything that you might have gotten on your skin at all, that glass cuticle pusher really does a good job of, you know, doing a little bit of extra cleaning around your cuticle line. And then I just like to use my scrubby brush to kind of really clean up any of that clear powder residue that might be left before I go ahead and activate as well, so I don't get any white specks or anything like that on my finished nail look. So once I go ahead and go in with the activator, you're going to start to see what it's going to look like with the temperature change as well. So that's really kind of cool to kind of see it start to turn black, and that kind of plays into that Fleur-des-Morts name as well of the actual powder. Also, like that flowers of death kind of look. So this doesn't really have to be a Halloween kind of look, but I think for something a little, you know, not the traditional, you know, ghosts and witches and vampires and everything kind of Halloween look, this is, you know, something that's really kind of cool and, you know, a little bit of a fancier, sexier kind of Halloween type of look as well. So I thought it was really cool looking. So I'm going to go ahead and file off camera, so I'll be back for a top coat. Okay, so I am using all of my dip powder liquids, including the top coat today. So I am going in for that second round of activator currently. So I'm just doing a quick application of the activator a second time. So that's going to help your base coat cure and make sure that it looks all nice and shiny the way that it's supposed to. I do like to go in and just make sure I wipe off any residue from my skin, any of that activator residue. So I do put a little bit, just a tiny bit of alcohol, rubbing alcohol on that cotton round to kind of clean up the activator. But I am going to speed up the top coat application just a hair. I didn't speed it up a lot, but as far as the dip powder application, because I've used gel for quite a few of my most recent videos, for dip powder top coat you want to go in with just 3 to 4 swipes across your whole nail on the first go round, and make sure that you wipe off your brush in between nails so that you don't contaminate your brush or the liquid inside the bottle with any of the activator. And then on your second go around with the top coat, you can do a more thorough application where you don't have to limit it to just the 3 or 4 swipes. You can really kind of, you know, get in there and make sure you have the whole nail covered, your free edges and everything as well, which I like to do because I use a peel base, so that helps it last a little bit longer. And then just the Virgo and Gem for me does dry a little bit slower, so I let it kind of dry for a good 5 to 6, 7 minutes or so before I go in with my cuticle oil. So you'll kind of see me cut out before I come back for the cuticle oil. Okay, so I am using my Candi Skin Care Cuticle Oil. So my skin and my cuticles do tend to get kind of dry after the whole dip powder process and application. So I really love the Candi Skin Care because it doesn't leave my skin feeling really greasy. It just feels nice and soft again, and looks nice and soft again. I do have a referral discount in the description box below, so if you wanted to check out her website, she always has new scents that she does for the different seasons, and she also has a custom scent bar, so you can kind of ask for your own creation or ask for a creation. She has all of the items that you can choose from for the scent bar listed on our Facebook community group as well. But stay tuned, because we are going to kind of play around with the temperature changing a little bit as well. You can see I have my glass of ice water there, so I'm just kind of going to kind of let them change a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit better what they look like. And you can see on my index finger, and I'll point it out in a moment as well, but that black flower that's on the index finger, when it's cold, you can't even see it. So it's kind of like a hidden nail art when the nails are cold. So you can't even see the flower at all. And even some of the black pieces on the other nails, you can see like the pink and the red pieces, but the black pieces are kind of hidden, and then when the nails get warm again, you can see everything. So it's a really cool effect. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. To any new subscribers, welcome and thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And until next time, bye for now.